'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house was Forks Over Fitchburg, the show where Alex and Dave spouts. It's a show about food, laughter, and sometimes beer. It's a show about business owners, the ones we support and cheer. This past year, we've learned many stories about the men and women of right now. We've even witnessed Dave getting hit on by a cow. The city of Fitchburg's culinary scene will continue to grow, and so won't our love for this wildly popular show. Hosted by Alex Cardinale, True Beauty and Grace, and David Genesi, who always tells Alex to pick up the pace. We all appreciate the stories, laughs, and sappiness, and they will always remind us that there is life, liberty, and the prosciutto of happiness. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house was Forks Over Fitchburg, which starts right now.
It's that time, Christmas time is here. Everybody knows there's not a better time of year. Here, let's lay, Santa's on his way. A hip hip hooray, it's Christmas vacation. I got a ton of stuff to celebrate, and now it's getting closer and I can't wait. I'm gonna make this holiday as perfect as can be. You just wait and see this Christmas vacation. Let the spirit of the season carry us away. A hip hip hooray, it's Christmas vacation. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Alex.
Buon Natale!
We are here at 84 Salem Street in Fitchburg, better known as St. Anthony's Parish. And we are very excited for tonight's Christmas special.
We've got a real special treat for everybody tonight.
Yeah, it is a raucous crowd. We're ready to get going. But Alex, why don't you tell our viewers what we have coming up tonight?
We got a lot of things coming at you. You're going to see some traditional Italian dishes, specifically that are eaten around the Christmas time. We're going to hit you with some Stratton Players action, Fitchburg High Band. Santa may or may not be joining us at some point.
Maybe.
We'll see how it goes. Have you been naughty or nice?
Alex and I also were in the holiday spirit, and we've got each other a couple Christmas gifts that we're going to exchange on camera. And we have a lot of family and friends that we're going to talk to as well throughout the evening. But it all culminates and leads up to the big holiday tree lighting ceremony happening at the Upper Commons, just a few miles from here.
Yep.
So we're really excited to share this evening with you. I hope you all are tuned in, ready to go, because we've got a jam-packed hour for all of you.
Grab your nog, grab your cocoa. Andiamo.
Time to mangia. The incomparable Patty Vacca Martin, fearless leader of the St. Anthony's Hospitality Committee. Patty, thanks for joining us.
I'm very happy to be here with you.
Now, it was just back in June that Alex and I had this idea of doing a big Christmas special with St. Anthony's, the Hospitality Committee at the Church Hall. We approached you about it, and it was by July. You had it all wrapped up, and we were ready to go.
Oh,
No
absolutely.
surprise. Yep.
Absolutely. I had talked to the girls about it, and we were ready. We
So,
were ready.
how many of you are there on the Hospitality Committee?
I have 16 on my hospitality committee. It has grown by leaps and bounds over the last 5 to 6 years. I took this over, probably want to say about 8 years ago. I came in as the chair of the hospitality committee, and my girlfriend, Eleanor, is the one that started getting things moving. So I said, absolutely. So it's something I haven't done. I've been doing this for 45 years, working with different high schools, grammar school, PT. So this is, and it's a lot of fun. And these are all my classmates. So it's kind of like we're coming full circle. we've gone to school together, then you separate, you're doing your life, and then you come back into it. So this is how we've gathered. We're helping the church. We've done the block party for the past 20 years, and all of the money is used for fundraising. So, and we started, I want to say probably about 7 years ago, for the Madonna that we do in August, and we raise all the money to feed everyone, because it's at no cost. We don't charge anybody for the Madonna. They usually put the money on the banner. It's the same thing as going to St. Anthony's in North End.
Right.
And so we've been at the block party, and unfortunately, with the pandemic, we just had to stop doing it. And it was getting a lot because, getting everything down there and setting it up, and then just getting off the street before. So then we just started doing everything here, and we just keep the ball rolling here.
You sure do.
We've been busy since October. We did Italian Cultural Month, and we just got done doing the pies for Thanksgiving, and now we're here. But I could not do it without my ladies, and I have a few men that are on the committee now that have joined us. So they must have heard it was a good time, so they...
Well, with you leading the pack, I can't imagine it's not.
So, well, I try to make it fun. I try to, everybody has a role in this. It's not just me. I listen. If I want to do it one way and somebody comes up with a better idea, then that's what we do.
Now, Patty, how long have you been involved with the hospitality committee?
I'd probably say 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, 8 years, yeah.
And with the camaraderie of all these amazing people that help you, because I know it's not a one-woman show.
Absolutely not.
It's a team effort.
It absolutely is.
How important is St. Anthony's to you?
St. Anthony's is very important. It started back with my grandparents. This was the first Italian church. So all my family came here because we lived in the patch. And this is where everybody gathered during World War II. This was the place people came. My uncle was the last one from World War II that was killed. And we have the memorial out there. So we do that in May. So we try to keep things going and try to keep everybody's legacy alive. That's the main thing. But it's important to me to keep this church. We're very fortunate that we've kept it with a lot of the churches closing.
Absolutely.
So, we were lucky that we've got St. Anthony's. So we've been involved with the consortium in Worcester. We've gone there to St. Vincent's when they do for all the bishops and the priests. They raise money. We did that a couple of times. You bring food down. It's every church, and then they bring different food in. Caterers will come in. So we've been very active since we've started, and I'm all for that. I like being involved. Anything that's going to help this parish, and we have a great pastor, Father Wong. I got great people. So I mean, it's just a matter of roll up your sleeves and get it done, keep it going,
And roll up your sleeves, you've been doing. Now, the people watching don't know this, but you were in this kitchen from 6 a.m. this morning
Right.
all the way till now.
Right.
But let's not forget about the prep work that you guys did yesterday. So this is a real dedicated effort, and you really do have a real passion. And I say this quite often. You have way more energy than I ever could have.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
I mean, that's just a fact.
And it's a God-given thing. It comes, it's just because I want to do it and I love doing it. I love being Italian. I just love my heritage. I have a passion. And to me, as much as it is work, it's not work because I enjoy it. And, but I just want to keep our traditions going as long as we can because we're actually the last generation. I don't see it going further back. I mean, because the kids don't stop and listen to the stories. Yeah. We've listened to all the stories from our grandparents and our parents, so we know them. But I just hope it continues, and we just want to keep this going as long as we can.
Well, that's one of the reasons we wanted to do this type of an episode, especially at this time of the year, because
right.
A lot of Italian traditions around Christmas time I think a lot of people know them, or at least have heard of some of them, but we really wanted to put a spotlight on them.
Right.
But also St. Anthony's, because it is such like you said, it's the only Italian church really at this point.
It is. Yeah.
But Dave and I, we could keep things going.
Yeah, if Alex doesn't kill me, between now and then.
Well, that might happen. We don't
To be
know. From
determined.
what I'm seeing, I don't know. That might
We
happen.
are Italian.
I just think it's the Italian, and we just bounce off each other, and you just have to. It's just what we do.
Right.
It's just what we do.
Speaking of Italian, we've got some good food tonight. Why don't
Absolutely.
you tell us what we have on the menu
Well,
tonight?
I had planned on doing some of the things we do for Christmas Eve, which would be the calamari and things like that. But unfortunately, we're not set up with our kitchen because of the ventilation and things like that. So what we did was I did the garlic and oil, aglio olio, which is something you would do on Christmas Eve. We have stuffed shells. We have meatballs. We have an antipasto, Italian wedding soup. And then all the fine desserts that these ladies have made. Connie Tessie usually is, the one that handles everything, decorates. She decorates beautifully. But everybody, it's like she does that. But everybody, if you were here a little while ago, you would have seen all the pastry come in. And there's more behind this wall.
Oh, you shouldn't have told us
And I
that.
have cannolis in my car that I haven't even brought in yet.
Somebody may want to block the stairs to the kitchen at this point.
So,
That's a big mistake telling us that.
right.
I just want you to know.
Well, we always worry we never have enough.
That's a normal thing.
Right.
That is such an Italian thing.
We're going to have enough pastry. We're going to have enough. We have enough. And like I said, when I saw what was coming in, and then behind this wall, there's more. So, so that's what we have for tonight. We have coffee and pastry, and this is what we would probably do for Christmas.
Right.
That's why I figured I would do that.
It smells like my Nani's kitchen in here, so
Thank you.
let me tell you that.
And I will
like
tell
home.
you, I had a lot of kids at my house. I only have the one child, but I always had a lot of children, and that is always what they remember is what my kitchen, because this is what it smelled like.
Yeah.
Because we always cooked.
It stays with you.
Yep. And it's just the memories and the tradition, and I just love it. It's a lot of work. Traditions work.
Yeah.
But you have to have the passion to do it. If you don't have a passion to do it, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But today reminded me of getting ready for the block party, because I used to start early in the morning, and then we'd be down there till 9, trying to get off the street.
I don't know how to feel about that, because the block party usually sees about 20,000 people in downtown. We only got about 80 here tonight.
Well, I hope you're hungry. That's what it tells me.
Oh, yeah. No, 80 is fine. This is 80 is fine. And down there, and these girls, they served everybody, and then we've had a lot of people tell me it was better than the North End.
There you go.
So,
This is the theme of the night is going to be camaraderie, and you're going to see a lot of that among the hospitality committee and a lot of our local families that are going to be in attendance, parishioners, people that are involved with the St. Anthony's Parish. You're going to see a lot of that tonight, and that's what we wanted to showcase.
Right.
So we're really excited.
Yep.
Yep.
And we can't thank you enough. We're very
I really
excited
appreciate it.
and hungry.
The minute David came to me in June, we got busy, and you thought the same thing. So it was, and it's authentic.
Yes.
It's not rushed. It's not Americanized.
Yep.
Sorry, but that's what my grandmother would call it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I just hope everybody enjoys themselves tonight. And, we made it, seeing we're doing this, we made it like a party, so we have a lot of people coming in.
It looks beautiful
So,
in here.
yeah.
So Alex, I'm ready to manja.
Andiamo.
Manja.
Let's
It's-
go.
it's ready.
Yes.
I am ready to stack that plate full of amazing food that I've been hearing so much about for weeks on end.
Oh, yes.
Christmas came early.
Oh, yes.
While we all do that, we're going to send you over to the Upper Common, where the Stratton Players and the Fitchburg High School Band are standing by right now for a special performance.
This oil came from Italy. This is from the Napoli family. They're producing their own olive oil in Italy, in Pezza. That's where they come from, in Sicily. I always put a little bit of olive oil in the water because I don't want the pasta to stick. Meatballs are all done. A little bit more. When you can take this and break it with your fingers so it won't break yet, it's not done. That's how I do it. I don't throw it against the wall like a lot of people. Throw it against the wall. I don't do that. We got all our meatballs in here. Meatballs are all done. All our chicken is ready for the Italian wedding soup. So we're all good to go. All the meat, you saw the girls do that. That's for our antipasta. If you want Italian, the real thing, this is it. There's no shortcuts. It's easy. You have to do it slow. Everybody wants to do it right in a hurry. And that's why I can give somebody my recipe, but it never doesn't come out the same because they try to shortcut it. You can't do that. Everything has a method and a rhyme and reason for everything, and that's all part of Italian cooking if you're going to do it the right way. We've served 300 people out of this little kitchen. Yeah, finito. And we're going to flash it so it stops the cooking process. You see the olive oil, I can play with this all day, it will not stick together. Now if I didn't do that, it would be all stuck together. The girls did all the garlic for me, all the parsley, so with that all chopped up. Very easy process from there. I have a great team. I mean, I couldn't do any of this without them. We're all used to cooking for big families, big parties. So cooking small is not in our vocabulary, unfortunately. Okay, I have a pound of Hamburg, the regular, 85%, I'm sorry. And then I have a half a pound of pork, ground pork. So I'm gonna add 2 eggs, my Romano cheese. I should do it this way. Can never have enough cheese. Chopped garlic, parsley, garlic salt. I'm not a salt user for anything. I let people, because I always use the salt. I don't use the powder. I like the salt better. And I'm also not a measurer, as you can see. My breadcrumbs. And this is my milk. I mean, I'm normally mixing 10 pounds at a time. So this is little for me. And this is the same mixture for the meatballs that I use in the wedding soup. Some people use ice cream scoop to do their meat. I'm hands-on. I'm usually eyeball it. I always use parchment paper so the bottoms don't burn and it doesn't cook faster than the meat on the inside. We have to do the stuffed shells and the antipasto, and then I have to just do the garlic and spaghetti. Yeah, we're in real good shape. I always have a fear of not being on time, so that motivates me. I don't like to cut my onion up. I leave it in there. You get the flavor. I just put a couple of noshes in it. So you get the onion flavor, but you don't have, some people don't like onions, so. And that is our meatball and sauce. And this is kale. We put, the kale goes in there. Those are our little meatballs we were making yesterday. And the chicken, all nice and hearty. And then we'll put the pastina, just before we're ready to serve it, we're gonna cook it and then keep it to the side, and then we'll add it before we serve it. It doesn't need to be in the broth, because if I put it in now, there'd be no broth. And we don't cook the pastina in the soup for that reason, because it swells and you'd have no juice left. So we cook it separate and then we add it just before we're gonna serve it. That's the batch that Ann did. And then this is my tray I put up on top. Usually I don't, but figured it's fine because as soon as these are done, I'll move them around.
We like to eat. We like good food.
Can't get enough Forks Over Fitchburg? Be sure to like our Facebook page for additional content and news on future episodes. You just never know where we'll be heading next. Course 1, Alex.
Here we go.
Now, what did we just grab for course 1?
It's looking like some Italian wedding and some antipasti.
Italian wedding soup and antipasto. Perfect. Nice and light, not too heavy.
Start it off.
We got the heavy stuff coming a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need some assistance probably walking out that door.
It's all right. We've got a couple people who can help with that.
Oh, we have some wonderful Italian bread.
And some Italian bread, of
I'd be
course.
remiss if I didn't mention the bread.
Now, Patty told me something interesting off camera.
Yeah.
Do you know why it's called Italian wedding soup?
Enlighten me.
I guess it's a wedding soup. It's called wedding soup because it's blending a whole bunch of ingredients together.
Oh, look at that.
It has nothing to do with a wedding. Fun fact, folks.
I feel like I'm at our wedding right now with the table set up.
Salud.
Salute. That's very good wine. I need to find out what that is.
That is good wine.
It's very good.
I just said, pour me red.
I love it all. What are you going for first, the antipasti or the soup?
I'm gonna go for the Italian wedding soup is my favorite soup, so I gotta go for the Italian wedding soup.
All right, how about and then I do the antipasti. And
All right, you do
talk
that.
about each. How's that?
All right.
All right. I first want to note the tomatoes in this. They are fresher than fresh.
Now, the meatballs in this wedding soup were handmade
Yes.
by the hospitality committee
They
this
look
morning.
it. Yep.
So I'm really excited about this.
It smells incredible.
Now, I always let you have the first bite.
You do. I'm gonna let you have. It's Christmas, so I'm gonna let you have the first bite too.
Isn't that nice of you?
My gift to you.
All right, here we go. So good.
It smells amazing.
So good.
Tell
You
me
have
about
to
it.
have a real talent to execute a good Italian wedding soup. And Patty does that.
Yeah, Patty's got the magic touch. That's for darn sure. That is for sure. And I want to talk about this antipasto because I just want to say, even though I haven't taken a bite yet, what for me it is about antipasti is the freshness. So often when you get an antipasti, if you order it out from somewhere, looks like it's been sitting around for a little bit. Lettuce is a little wilted. Maybe that cheese is kind of sweaty. Not here, my friend. Not here. This is all fresh, fresher than fresh.
A little pepperoni.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it looks like we got some traditional salami, and then we got some pepperoni in it, which is really giving a very nice kick and a very good flavor. And these tomatoes, like I said, she looked like
Those are those good summer
she
tomatoes.
threw some heirlooms in there.
Yeah.
It's looking like.
Yep.
Patty hitting us with all the good stuff.
Well, we'll find a little later that Patty actually uses a special oil that only gets imported from Italy in a lot of her dishes.
That makes an incredibly big difference.
It's the attention to detail that the hospitality puts together, but mainly Patty. And those little things go a long way.
You can tell she's done this her entire life.
So I'm here with future Fitchburg High School football star, Dino Brooks.
Hey, I'm not a football star.
You will be soon, I promise
No,
you.
I won't.
Now, and I'm also here with his sister, Sadie Brooks. Hi, Sadie. Thank you for joining us, and Anya, Courtney, of course.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing fantastic. Thank you all for coming this evening. So I heard that there's a rumor that Santa Claus is coming to town. Is that true?
Yes.
Do you know if Santa's coming?
Is Santa Claus coming to town?
I don't know.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that he is indeed coming to town. What do we ask for Christmas?
A toy dartboard.
A dartboard.
A toy one.
Now you got to be careful you don't poke Anya's eye out with the darts.
Okay.
Sadie, what do you want?
Sadie, what did you ask for Christmas?
They're toys, silly. Uncle Bendy.
Rollerblades
Rollerblades.
with the elbow pads, knee pads, the whole nine.
That's awesome.
I'm getting a
for your
toy
knees.
Bonera.
Now, we were good this year, right?
Yes.
Yes?
Never held a microphone before.
What do you want to say?
No.
So, can I get you guys to say Merry Christmas on the count of 3? Ready? On the count of 3, we're going to say Merry Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Not in your mouth. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Merry Christmas!
There you go. Well, before we begin, we got to talk about, here at Course 2, the amount of cheese that I clearly love versus Alex's disdain for cheese, clearly. 101 about being Italian is you got to douse it with cheese. Pecorino Romano is the way to go, and you're Romano-less.
The stuffed shell already has some on top.
That's a different kind of cheese, my friend.
No, on top, not in the middle. On top already has some. And I don't love to drown my meatballs in cheese. I like just the ball and the sauce.
What are you, Swedish?
Yes, I've been living a lie this whole time.
Anyways, why don't we tell everyone what is Course 2? What do we got in front of us?
So it looks like we've got some garlic and oil pasta. And, you know, what we do at Christmas Eve in my family is we have clam sauce, linguine and clam sauce, white clam sauce. But this, you load it up with garlic.
Yeah.
This smells like Christmas Eve to me, no doubt. We also have a stuffed shell. Very, very traditional on Christmas Eve too. No meat, you know, I don't know about you, we didn't usually eat meat growing up on Christmas Eve. Yeah, normally we skipped it. But you know, over the years things changed, and so we got a little meatball too. We're gonna try some of Patty's meatballs.
I'm ready to dive in.
We can't, I mean, you can't go
first, 'cause
wrong.
I went first for the first course.
Well, so garlic and oil is probably my favorite.
All right, so I'll
type of
go for the
pasta.
shell.
So we're gonna go for that first.
I'll go for the shell.
And away we go. Okay, if you like garlic, go after that pasta. Oh, it's phenomenal.
Here's the shell. Look at the cheese just stringing from the shell.
Only way to do it.
All right. So good.
And how's the shell cooked? That's very important.
It doesn't fall apart.
You can't.
It's sturdy enough, but it's not al dente.
Yep. It's the same deal with the pasta. It's cooked perfectly. I would expect nothing less from Patty.
Well, compliments to the chef.
Big ones. Again, it's Christmas Eve. That's Christmas Eve to me. Throw little clams in there, you got it.
And to think about the fact that they have been working on these food items for the last 2 days
You can tell.
to make sure everything was ready for tonight. There is a passion that a lot of people don't really have.
No, it is so much work.
It's a lot of work.
It's so much work, and that's probably why, but you gotta love it, and that's why it's called a passion. We gotta dig into a meatball.
We do.
I mean, how would we can't.
Let's try the meatball at the same time.
Let's do it. We can't have a meatball sitting in front of us and not tell the people how it is. I can already tell just by cutting into it, it's gonna be good.
Now, my family, it's usually Hamburg or pork or a combination.
Yeah.
We always did it Hamburg based,
Yes, same.
but I know people like to do like a combination.
Some people put veal. My family never did that. Come on.
So good.
That's what's up. Very tender. The sauce is incredible. You know, and it's funny too, because as you probably know, every Italian household kind of has their own sauce and meatball recipe.
They do.
But it's funny because this
This is pretty universal.
it is. It really is. And I mean, if you do it right, it doesn't really matter how you do it as long as it's done right.
The key to a successful Italian Christmas is your meatballs cooked right. If your meatballs are not cooked right for Christmas,
The day is ruined.
the day is ruined.
Day's ruined.
And my poor mother, if her meatballs are not right,
You all get up and leave. You just say, we're out of here.
our Christmas Eve
Thanks for ruining the holiday.
Yeah, we had meatballs on Christmas Day. We usually eat on Christmas Day like lasagna, meatball sausage. Good stuff. All the classics.
This is so good.
It's red wine goes perfectly with
The
this.
red wine is.
You got to do the red
Gotta do that.
on a dish like this. Get all the sauce on it too. Now, sauce. You say sauce, not gravy.
So I am interested to know what the viewers have to say about this
You
because
should do a poll.
it's a very polarizing topic amongst Italians. You are either team sauce or you're team gravy. Now you say sauce.
Sauce.
Well, I happen to say gravy. And the
This
whole
isn't gonna work anymore.
But the whole basis behind sauce versus gravy is gravy is meat-based. Our sauce is meat-based. Therefore, it's a gravy.
But what if it's not meat-based? I
But
don't
our
put meat in
sauce-
my sauce.
But the gravy we make is meat-based. The way we do it, the way I was raised, the way the Genesi family does it, we call it gravy.
I'll tell you something. My husband does too, and so does his family.
So there we
Almost
go.
made me consider not marrying him.
Really?
Because I was like, how are we gonna live? How are we gonna live?
So sauce versus gravy was a major factor that played into your relationship.
You know, it is still a point of contention in the Cardinale household every Sunday. But we work through it. That's what marriage is all about.
You tell Mike he needs to stick to his guns,
He does.
and it is gravy till the day he dies.
We're both trying to, get our own notion into our children's head. My daughter sometimes calls it sauce, sometimes she calls it gravy. I will not give up this fight. But either way, you slice it, it's delicious.
So I'm very excited. Now's the time, Alex. We
Here it is.
as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we got each other a Christmas gift for the Christmas season because
Tis the season.
we're in such a giving mood. So Alex, this is for you.
Do I get to go first?
It's up to you.
Ladies first.
All right. So
Yeah, right.
Alex, this is for you.
Thanks, Dave. Well, no, should we open them together?
All right, we'll open at the same
All
time.
right. Well, Dave, I
And you got me something as well.
got you a token of my
Excellent.
appreciation.
I want everybody watching right now to tell me, is this a bottle of alcohol? We're gonna find out.
Only one way to find out. You're gonna make me go first, aren't you? Oh, really?
Oh, it's a microphone.
Well, it's my favorite color.
Well, I figured, Alex, you're very soft-spoken,
I know, people say that about me all the
and
time.
you don't speak up often.
No, not really.
So I felt now would be the perfect time to get you a megaphone for Christmas.
Thanks, Dave.
You are so welcome, Alex.
My husband is going to be thrilled about this. Thanks, man. So I'm not, is that your message to me? I'm not loud enough?
No, you're very soft-spoken.
All right.
Like most Di Natalis, very soft-spoken.
It's what we're best known for, yes. It's our
So-
demure presence.
I figured the key would be a good megaphone.
Well, thank you. And again, I really appreciate that it's my favorite color, pink.
You are so welcome.
I thank you much. I will cherish it always.
And I guess now is my turn.
Yeah, go ahead. Enjoy.
I didn't like that enjoy part. Oh, it's a nutcracker.
So I got you. I don't know anyone who crushes nuts quite like you, Dave. And I thought, now you have a little helper to help you
Could you
crush all the nuts in the world.
Could you elaborate on the nut crushing, please?
So, for those of you watching behind the scenes, Dave furiously texts me regarding details of the show, recordings, time, schedule, ideas, to the point where it is truly nut crushing. And when I saw this nutcracker in Ye Olde Home Goods, I thought to myself, what a perfect present for my co-host. You could put a big castagna in there and just crush it all Christmas Eve long.
Well, that is very sweet of you, Alex.
I thought you would like it.
Well, we both got things that we can improve upon. My nut crushing and your soft-spokenness.
I mean, this is why it works, Dave. This is why we work.
Merry Christmas, Alex.
Merry Christmas, Dave.
This is a very special moment in the history of Forks Over Fitchburg, Alex.
Yes.
Because we're joined by two familiar faces to us, at least.
Yeah.
And maybe a very familiar face to a lot of people watching on your right.
Yeah.
But for the folks that maybe don't know, why don't you introduce the gentleman you have to your right?
This is my dad. He's here as Dad, not Steve Di Natale, mayor of the great city of Fitchburg. dad. Hi, Dad. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Alex. Hi, it's great to be here.
To my left is I'm introducing the world to David Gino Genesi, a Worcester legend in his own right.
Yes.
And my father.
Welcome
Thank you for
to
joining
the Berg.
Thank you for inviting us. This has been great.
It's been a
so
treat.
far.
Yes.
So we have you both here because, you know, as we talk about Christmas tradition, heritage, at least for us, the Genesis, Christmas Eve is a massive deal for us. And so I figured maybe the Di Natalis could shed a little light on what you guys maybe do for Christmas traditions every year.
Well, it used to be huge.
Yeah.
Over the years got smaller, as I think a lot of families experience. But I'll let you.
What was it? Wasn't it always Christmas Eve was, what is it, 7 fishes or whatever?
fishes,
We
yeah.
used to do like 5.5. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. We did.
But it would. There'd be shrimp. Way back when I was a kid, smelts, shrimp, a linguine with clam sauce, white clam sauce, you know. So that was in Bacca. They make that.
Now, are you guys more of a Christmas Eve family or Christmas Day family?
Christmas Eve, more, well,
Yeah.
it used to be.
Yeah.
Now it's
kinda
a
cool.
little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big deal on both.
Yeah. But years ago, it was Christmas Eve was the big deal.
Well, for us, it's always been Christmas Eve. Dad, do you want to tell everybody how we celebrate our Christmas Eve?
Well, we used to, when I was a kid, we used to do the same thing with the 7 fishes. Well, like you said, about 5.5.
5.5, yeah.
We did the stuffed calamari, the bacala, the shrimp, the smelts, all that. But I can remember as a child that my mother and father would wake up early and they would put the white blanket down on the bed and we would make our own
pasta.
Yeah. We would make our own pasta. And that was a big, like, family tradition. As a matter of fact, my mother gave me the rolling pin that she used to, you know, discipline with us as a present. But Christmas Eve is always a big tradition with us. We usually start early in the morning and we go quite early on Christmas Day.
You know who used to do the bed thing? Dry the pasta, whatever was Anita upstairs.
Yeah, they
It's
had
all-
ceiling fans
Yeah.
over their beds.
Well, one of the things that the Genesis do on Christmas Eve morning, and when I say Christmas Eve morning, I mean like 7 in the morning, is we start drinking. But we don't drink just anything.
Wait a minute, you were 6 years old. You're kidding, right? I mean, okay.
But we don't just drink anything. We like to make homemade limoncello.
Yeah.
Now
I've had
we
yours.
have you've had mine.
Yeah.
Now
No, this is mine.
yes,
Yeah.
but he's had mine.
Oh, okay.
So for the folks watching, I make homemade limoncello in Fitchburg. My father makes homemade limoncello in Worcester, and he does strawberry cello. And I also have done strawberry cello this year, so we're going to be able to compete and see who makes the better limoncello. My limoncello was published in the Something Enterprise when we talked about our show. His limoncello has never been published.
Published? You saying published?
Published.
We'll see if we can change that.
So, because mine is still fermenting, my father brought some of his strawberry cello.
Can I interrupt you for one moment? FATV, just to set the record straight, last year he had brought a bottle to my house and I had a bottle, and this is what happened. It's a true story. We did a taste test, and you guess who my sons picked as the better strawberry cello? Mine.
It was limoncello and it was rigged.
It wasn't rigged.
I
was
just want to
100%
say
rigged.
it's wonderful to have someone here who can really stick it to Dave. I mean, this is your presence is my gift
No.
this Christmas. Let me tell you,
It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
it's fantastic.
When he tried his, he went, oh, this is awful. And my son, who was actually, he's the one who hit him, he started laughing because he knew that was his that he was saying was awful.
It's okay, Dave. You have many more years to perfect this craft.
He has good quality.
My craft is perfected. I have published Genesi limoncello, brewed right here in Fitchburg, and it is very popular.
It is. You've graced us with it on
And
Christmas Eve
this
morning.
branding that my father has, which is, it's not the best, but I still made it. I made it for him. He can't make it.
Oh, this strawberry cello?
Yes.
His dad made it.
You made it.
Yes.
We compete every year to see who makes better
This is
limoncello.
over.
But Dave made the label on
This is
the
supposed to
bottle.
be a shot, by the way.
Yeah, that's a shot.
Great.
All right.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm very excited about this. Ooh, oh God, this is a lot, by the way.
That's what I
it's a
just
shot.
said.
It's a
That's
double
more
shot.
than a shot.
We're supposed to throw it. No,
Throw it
we
back.
sip it. No,
We throw it back.
the whole thing.
This is a family
We throw
show,
it back.
folks. I mean,
Okay.
It's Christmas.
it is Christmas.
Salute,
Salute.
everybody.
Salute.
One
Buon
Italian.
Natale.
Salute to my award-winning limoncello.
Yes. All right, here we go. Zing. Oh, it's delicious. I do like that better than the
So
lemon.
it's the lemon is in there too. It's not just
I put
strawberry.
in this batch. I had a little bit of lemon
Yeah, you
rind
can
in
taste
there.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the
but
strawberry. Very
I
nice.
make a genuine strawberry, and this year I did a strawberry raspberry, which my son found out that I put raspberries in, and he almost hit the roof because he had to run to the store because you gotta understand, he claims that he has the best one, but he copies my recipe.
See that?
Here's the
So
thing.
what do you have to say about that?
Here's what I have to say about that. If we are comparing strawberry cello, limoncello, it needs to be a fair comparison. He goes and sneaks raspberries into his batch. So I'm playing at a handicap now because I only have strawberry in mine. So what's the fairness in that? So I go and I get raspberry. Because guess what?
Mr.
It's a
Man, you give away
competition.
all your secrets.
Intense.
Do you give away all your secrets, or do you leave a little bit of?
No,
a little bit.
I harbor all my secrets. I don't do any of them. No. All of them. Yeah.
That I can attest. Yes. Well, this was delicious.
That was good.
I have a question.
Very good.
I have a question for both of our fathers. We'll start with you. What's your favorite Christmas memory?
My favorite Christmas memory. I don't know about a favorite one. You know what it was? Christmas time memory, not actually Christmas Day or whatever. When I was a kid, my grandparents were alive. Everyone was there. Down in the back of my mother and father's house, my grandfather's house actually, where I grew up, there was a pond, and we used to go down there and skate on it. And I can remember that one night that we skated, and my mother called us all up. Went down, we'd go down in the cellar, and the stove that I've got in my kitchen
Yes.
would be fired up, burning wood, and we would all take our wet clothes off and be warm, and then everyone would gather and eat. I just remember that everyone was together. My aunt and uncle lived upstairs with my three cousins, so it was it was a real
Wholesome.
it was a real Currier and Ives moment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And always remembered that. Yeah.
Dad, what about you?
I have a couple. I remember,
Just give us one, Dad. We don't have all night.
boy, that limoncello really kicked in quick. Huh?
I need another
know,
shot.
I know, like you were saying, as a kid, we used to always have to go to my grandfather's because Italian tradition, you always had to go to the oldest living relative, and you used to go down there. So my grandfather was like 92 years old, and he had everything. What do you buy a 92-year-old grandfather? So I used to get scratch tickets.
How old were you?
I was like 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
So we used to get him dollar scratch tickets, and he'd sit there and scratch them and, have a pocket full of them. But my best memory is most recently on Christmas Eve, we get together with my family and also with my friends. And my son did a video of all of us when we were kids. And he put it together, and we all got to watch it as a family and as a friends. And part of that video was when we were all teenagers, 20 years old. And on one of the parts of the video was me and my wife's wedding. And one of the sections was all my friends' parents were there. And a lot of them aren't around anymore. So my friends all were like breaking down, crying. It was an emotional time for all of us. But just,
It was a great, when I talked about my grandparents back then, I was a kid.
Yeah.
My grandparents were probably in their late 60s. And they lived to be 81, 82, 85, something like that. You know what I mean? And so there was a long period, and everyone my cousins.
Yeah.
His two daughters lived, one lived upstairs, the other one lived down the street. So all my cousins, we all grew up together.
Yep.
And I never had sisters, myself and my brother, but having the girls, they're like my sisters today.
Yeah.
And everyone was together.
Yeah, we always get together during the holidays or weekends, but on Christmas it's just a little bit special.
We grew up in a place called the Terrace in Leominster. That's how they refer to it, Lincoln Terrace. You call it the Terrace in Leominster, people know what you're talking about. And that's my thoughts of heaven are gonna be everyone's on the terrace in the summer with the grapevines in the driveways. You know what I mean? Everybody had a grapevine and just playing.
Yep.
You know, you're gonna be 9 years old for the rest of your life. For the rest of your time.
Simplest and easiest and best times.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you both for joining us here at the table, talk about some Christmas memories, and to talk about the fact that I make better limoncello. So thank you both, gentlemen.
He's going to throw that in there.
And we're going to wrap it
Welcome
up
to the
now.
rest of the evening.
Right?
We're going to wrap it up now with another cheers, salute. Alex, let's salute to our fathers.
Absolutely. Salute to
Salute.
the fathers.
Thank you.
And to the grandparents
Cheers.
that are no
Thank
longer
you.
here. All right. Thanks, Dad.
Thank you.
I mean, in all honesty, I don't know about you guys, but I think we could definitely use some more segments between Alex and Dave's fathers. That was fantastic. Which reminds me, David, if Santa Pauli doesn't get any limoncello this year, it's going to be cold for you, my friend. But anyways, next is a moment that we've definitely all been waiting for. Let's head over to Fitchburg's Upper Common, where Mayor Di Natale and Representative Kushmerek are standing by for the tree lighting ceremony.
All right, we're going to be doing the countdown for the lights to go on. All right? So what should we count down from? You want to start at 10? All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Merry Christmas, everyone! Yeah!
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Santa Claus is coming to town. Well, he's making a list and he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Well, that's our show, folks.
What a time.
What a time indeed. I want to thank again Patty Vacca Martin and the St. Anthony Hospitality Committee for all of their hard work this evening and putting it together. Thank you, Patty, again.
You're most welcome.
I want to thank everyone for coming out this evening, including Mayor Stephen Di Natale, Representative Kushmerek, I believe, left. I want to thank everybody for coming out. The true meaning of Christmas, at the end of the day, is family.
Absolutely.
So we want to thank all of you. But before we send you off for the new year, Alex, I believe you have some news you'd like to share with everybody.
We have a wonderful treat for you for the new year. Forks Over Fitchburg will officially be coming back for a season 2 right here on FATV.
All right.
Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in 2022.
So with nothing else left to say, Buon Natale!
Have yourself
So what have we learned tonight?
a merry little Christmas.
We've learned that by coming together
Let your heart
as a community,
be light.
we can accomplish anything.
From now on,
We can cook a feast for 80 parishioners out of a tiny kitchen.
of sight.
We can deck the halls of the historic Upper Common
Have yourself a merry little.
and witness pageantry in our wonderful city of Fitchburg.
Make the Yuletide gay.
We reminisce on those that we've lost.
From now on, your troubles will be miles away.
And toast to the future. We thank our loved ones, near and far. and we learn to appreciate what we have. It's a time of reflection, appreciation, and celebration. So grab a loved one. Tell them how much you love them, and be grateful for what you have. Family. You know, I guess Alex and Dave have been right all along. This is life. This is liberty. This is the prosciutto of happiness. May your Christmas season be merry and bright. Merry Christmas to all. And to all, let's have a good night.
They gather near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together. If the fates allow, hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Merry Christmas, everybody.